Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time homebuyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders Athletics on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network is brought to you by Pine Island Country Club, Domino's, Moss Realty, the Hampton Inn by Hilton at Moncross, and Ortho Carolina. You improve. We take you now to the www.abbeyathletics.com broadcast booth. It's time to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Good afternoon. We welcome you to Alumni Field on the campus of Belmont Abbey College for Crusaders men's lacrosse action, the final time here at Alumni Field for the 2018 season here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as the Crusaders will take on the Lindenwood Lions. Brian Rushing here with you. So glad you could join us as the Crusaders, the Conference Carolinas 2018 tournament champion. It has a fantastic ring to it, as last weekend the Crusaders took down Mount Olive by a 7-6 score before upending the Limestone Saints in the conference championship by a 15-11 final. It's the last time the Crusaders won the Conference Carolinas championship was 10 years ago in 2008, where they took down the Limestone Saints. The Crusaders, by virtue of beating Mount Olive in the conference semifinal matchup and beating Limestone twice in this season, have positioned themselves to where a couple things become of utmost importance today as it relates to the Crusaders getting to the national tournament. Right now, they'll have in mind a matchup today against Lindenwood. They'll look to win that matchup. We'll bring it to you on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Then they'll begin to fix their attention toward the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference as the Colorado Mesa Mavericks will be taking on Westminster. That is going to be a Rocky Mountain Conference Championship final, and there'll be a lot of layers in that contest that will relate to who gets the presumably final spot in the region, as we'll see how everything breaks down with the NCAA selection show tomorrow night at 7:30. However, the Crusaders have to win today, or it could very well be a moot point, as they'll take on the Lindenwood Lions. We come back on the other side of this timeout. We'll have the starting lineups and everything that you need as the Crusaders look to raise the red at the top of the hour. You'll see it all here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton in Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network from Alumni Field this afternoon, as it's a matchup between the Lindenwood Lions, who come in with a 6-6 overall record, and the Crusaders, who come in 13-4 on the 2018 schedule. Let's go right into the starting lineups. First for Lindenwood, this will be Jim Lang's club that he rolls out this afternoon. Jake Moran will be on the back line, a senior out of Naperville, Illinois. He'll have along with him Gabe Monteleone, a senior out of Chesterfield, Missouri. Matt Leonard, a senior out of Maple Grove, Minnesota, will also be on the back line, along with Max Hood, a junior out of Carmel, Indiana. In the midfield this afternoon, Sam Heaton, a senior out of Edmond, Oklahoma. He has 28 goals on the season. He'll be flanked by Max Troa, the face-off specialist. Troa, the senior out of Gainesville, Florida. In the attack zone for the Lindenwood Lions, Carter Collins, the freshman out of Prior Lake, Minnesota, will have flanked to his left and right Colin Domek, the freshman out of Naperville, Illinois, and Leonard Jones, the sophomore out of St. Louis, Missouri. In goal for Lindenwood will be the senior out of St. Louis, Missouri, Ben Besenzenez. As he comes in, Besenzenez on the season, and his eight games played, this will be his ninth. He's allowed 61 goals, a 10.98 average, 42 saves, a 40.8 save percentage as he comes in with a 4-2 record in the course of the 2018 season. For the Crusaders, a very familiar lineup this afternoon, as Cody Agrella will be on the back line, the senior out of Reno, Nevada. He'll have flanking him Anthony Cesario, the junior out of Mount Sinai, New York. Connor Larkin, the freshman out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania, and Brody Monroe, the junior out of Bowmanville, Ontario, will make up the back line. In the midfield this afternoon, Colin Grippo, the sophomore out of Bohemia, New York. He had a great contest against Limestone last Sunday. Dylan Harmon will be the face-off specialist this afternoon in the midfield, the sophomore out of Newark, New York. Callum Tanner will be attacking this afternoon, the senior out of Victoria, British Columbia. Liam Osborne, the junior out of Bowmanville, Ontario, will be in the attack zone for the Crusaders, as well as Adam Wiedemann, the senior out of Caledon, East Ontario. Wiedemann with 5 goals in the contest Sunday to take down Limestone by that 15-11 score. And in goal will be Harley Whittam, his final time here at Alumni Field in this 2018 regular season finale. The senior out of Elk Grove, California, comes in with a 116 goals allowed, averaging 7.88 goals per contest in the season. A 12-4 record, a 51.7% save percentage on the season. And that's the starting lineups for both clubs. Folks, don't forget there's 2 ways that you can reach out to me. Throughout the course of today's action, you can find me on Twitter at the BASN. That's Brian Rushing at the BASN on Twitter. Love for you to follow me, tag me in tweets. If you do so, please use the hashtag BAC Live. And then, of course, the interactive press box, always ready for you. You can find me, Brian Rushing, at BAC.edu. That's Brian Rushing at BAC.edu. When we come back, we'll have the start of the action at the top of the hour, as it's Lions versus Crusaders, as we look to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles, and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton in Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com. And good afternoon. We welcome you to continuing coverage of men's lacrosse action here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as the 2018 Conference Carolinas men's lacrosse champion, the Belmont Abbey Crusaders in the white this afternoon, will go from left to right here in the first period against the Lindenwood Lions, who'll be wearing the black jerseys and the gray shorts. Brian Rushing here with you, along with our camera operator, Brooks Benton. So glad that you could join us for the action, as it'll be Max Troha in the middle against Dylan Harmon to get this action started. From the Western Piedmont of North Carolina, we thank you for tuning in to the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. As the whistle blows, and we're ready for action, as the Crusaders, Dylan Harmon trying to track it down, getting some help, and now Colin Grippo will race from left to right here with the opening possession for the Crusaders. Connor Larkin fires high. The shot misses. The Crusaders will maintain possession off of the miss as Callum Tanner will be in the offensive attack with Liam Osborne, Adam Wiedemann. Kyle McGinley comes on along with Jack Piggott. Brendan McGovern will also be on. So a very normal, usual alignment for the Crusaders to open up here in their first offensive set. So the Crusaders will play today's match. And McGovern, who fires the shot, has it covered by Ben Besenzinez, the senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. And Lindenwood will have their first possession. Besenzinez will race it out of the crease, sending it near side to Jake Moran. Besenzinez now out into the midfield area. It's going to cross, get near the midfield line before pitching it over to Cole Trellender. Trellender will send it back to Sam Heaton, the senior out of Edmond, Oklahoma. And now Lindenwood will go into their possession. Over on the near side, Garrett Brunsvold. Now as they'll reverse it to the far corner. So that looks to be Colin Domek. Domek with 26 goals, 10 assists on the season. Lindenwood coming in with a 6-6 overall record. The Crusaders 13-4 in this 2018 campaign. It's the Crusaders, after losing to Mount Olive, really went on a bit of a roll. Sort of a gut check, if you will, and this Crusaders club really played well after losing that match 13-8. Dominant in moments, and they were very good Sunday against Limestone. We brought that action to you on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. As they'll pitch it, it's going to be a turnover for Lindenwood, and the Crusaders will get the restart. I was able to watch a matchup between Lindenwood against Maryville. Maryville had some difficulty maintaining possession, and Lindenwood, who won that matchup 17-6, were able to maintain things as Colin Grippo has the shot covered by Besenzinez, and now Lindenwood will go in transition as they have numbers. Going right down the middle is going to be Matthew Jung, a sophomore out of Duncan, British Columbia. Is that shot taken high? It'll stay with Lindenwood. The action is quite furious here in the early going, as Lindenwood knows a fast start will be needed against this Crusaders club, as they want to spoil the Crusaders' excitement over the Conference Carolinas Championship, as this is a Belmont Abbey club still very much in the race for a regional position at the national tournament. Swing it around the perimeter as they go near side to Heaton. Now they'll break it back to Carter Collins. Collins with 5 goals, 4 assists on the year, and it's stolen away. And now Sean Hanrahan has it on a dead run. He'll look to clear as he spins to the middle of the field. Now another change of direction as he goes to Wiedemann, and Wiedemann finds the back of the net. Sean Hanrahan did the heavy lifting as he got it into the clearance zone. Wiedemann just kind of hanging around outside the crease as the beneficiary of the pass. He finishes the deal, and the Crusaders have the 1-0 advantage. As Wiedemann with the goal, that's number 36 on the year, gives him 65 points. And the Crusaders strike first here at Alumni Field. So Belmont Abbey taking advantage of some miscues offensively from Lindenwood. In the Maryville matchup, Maryville had 3 turnovers in their opening 3 possessions, and Lindenwood was able to make them pay with 2 goals in that opening segment. So we'll have an infraction on Lindenwood. It'll be on Troja, and the Crusaders will get the restart as McGovern gets it to McGinley. Piggott comes on, and the Crusaders will go with their attack unit. So McGovern at the top brings it to Piggott on the near side. Piggott on the left slot, being marked on the near side by Danny Kowalski, a freshman out of Westminster, Colorado. McGinley on that slot. Speaking of Westminster, Westminster will be taking on Colorado Mesa in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Men's Lacrosse Championship. Of course, Colorado Mesa, one of the teams really in the conversation with the Crusaders for one of those final spots in the tournament. As Mesa right now 4th in the region, as we'll have a flag go as Wiedemann took one to the chops. They'll continue the possession, essentially a free play as Wiedemann just looks to back down his Lindenwood marker. Piggott at the top will change directions, was going to fire a shot, And Piggott's going to be slow to get up. And we'll have 2 flags on the play, and we'll see what's going to transpire here. As the official will come to the near side, Brooks Benton will get the cover on what the infractions are. As we had 2 flags in different segments of that free play for the Crusaders. So the infractions will be on Jake Moran. Moran is going to serve 2 one-minute infractions, so he'll essentially be off for 2 minutes, and the Crusaders will attack here on the right side. Classes just came to a close yesterday. The final exam period over, and a collective sigh of relief came over the Belmont Abbey campus yesterday around dinner time. So many of the kids that are still here for whatever reason, pretty much just enjoying the campus scenery and the action here as Pigott fires. That shot covered by Besenzinez. Besenzinez has been sharp here in the early going, as Wiedemann has been the only player to breach the goal line here in the opening moments. As that ball's going to roll along the ground. Agrella still contesting for the Crusaders. It'll be picked up by Lindenwood's Carter Collins. Collins looking to clear it, does so. But they'll set the offense. A good contingent of folks from the St. Louis, Missouri area making their way to Alumni Field for this final matchup. From what I understand, it's graduation day at Lindenwood. As the shot covered will have an infraction. And it's going to be a crease violation as Whittem will get the restart for the Abbey. As the ball flipped out to Jake Clark, and Jake Clark clears it for the Crusaders. So Belmont Abbey with an early 1-0 lead against the Lindenwood Lions. As Pigott on with McGinley, Ben Utrosa will come on for the Crusaders. As Wiedemann will work at the top along with Osborne. This the man-up unit that they use. Osborne fires the shot high. Utrosa will be back to cover for the Crusaders. The Crusaders want to stretch their lead as we have 8:35 remaining in the first period. Wiedemann. Pigott thought about it, goes to Osborne. That pass deflected. It'll run along the ground, covering it up. Look like Kyle McGinley. McGinley's going to maintain possession. And that's going to be picked off by Besenzinez. As Besenzinez, make no mistake, this guy can cover the crease. There's no question about that. But this guy's got incredible instincts with the ball in the air, and he was able to come out and smother the pass and get the turnover for the Lions. Besenzinez has looked very impressive under some duress here in the early going. It's Troa will have it just outside the clearance area as they'll set the offense. As it's Troa high along with Dark, Sean Dark, the junior out of Oshawa, Ontario. Over to the near corner. As it'll be Leonard Jones. Jones had a marker very early on in that Maryville game. The Crusaders will try to keep Lindenwood out of the frame here as we near the halfway mark of the first period. McGovern at the top, keeping an eye on Dark. So spin move by Troa. Troa pitches it over back to Dark. Dark thought about it. Stepping through and taking the shot. It's going to beat Harley Whittem. It's going to be Garrett Brunsvold. That's going to be goal number 12 on the season, and we're even. As Brunsvold was able to find a crease in the Crusaders' defense, and he was able to go just right of center toward the frame, beating Whittem high. We're tied at 1 apiece. So the Crusaders, even now with Lindenwood. So we're tied at 1 apiece. It'll be Max Troa working against Dylan Harmon here for this first period face-off. So glad that you could join us this afternoon on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Harmon contesting with Troa, rolls it out, and he'll cover for the Crusaders. Cannot overstate the impact that Dylan Harmon had on Sunday's contest against Limestone. As we'll have a flag on the play, and the Crusaders will essentially be working with a little bit of free play here on the offensive zone. Sunday, first half, Limestone had won 11 of 13 draws. The Crusaders, however, in the second half, were able to take down 11 of 17 draws in the second half, and it made all the difference in the world. So the Crusaders were really able to get the offense clicking. As Hanrahan steps and beats the Sean Besenzinez, and they're going to wave it off. And I think the official got the call right as he stepped just inside the crease. The goal won't count, but we will have a penalty, so we'll get the infraction here on the near side in just a moment. The infraction will be on Leonard Jones, the sophomore out of St. Louis, Missouri.
30-second penalty.
It'll be a 30-second step-off for Jones, and the Crusaders will be a man up again here in this first period. So Wiedemann on the near side with 5:50 remaining in the opening quarter. As Utrosa lost the handle on it, and now Besenzinez races away from the crease, and the Crusaders will try to apply some pressure. As it goes back to Carter Collins, the Crusaders pretty much going from frame to frame here, trying to press this Lindenwood Lions club. As it goes to a long stick, Danny Kowalski on the far side. And Lindenwood will go into their attack. So the Crusaders here early on, a very emotional bunch, as they know what's riding on this contest. And Chris Barrett said it right after the game was over against Limestone. Celebrating the Conference Carolinas Championship was going to be a very short-lived affair, as there's so much more to play for than the conference title. They'll celebrate it. They'll be happy that they're the conference champion for this program's first time in 10 years. But they know that Lindenwood is essentially going to come in playing with house money. They have absolutely nothing to lose in this contest, as Jones is going to beat Whittem. And Jones, with a crease, splits two defenders, makes it 2-1 in favor of the Lions. And Chris Barrett said that this was going to be treated like a play-in game, as this win is going to be essential for any opportunity to get to the national tournament. As Jones finds the back of the net, it's number 23 on the season, and the Lions have a 2-1 advantage. So Troha on with Harmon at midfield. A 2-1 lead for Lindenwood. Adam Wiedemann got the scoring started for the Crusaders as he found the back of the net, but it's been two consecutive by Lindenwood to make it a 2-1 contest. As Brunsvold was followed by Jones. And we're going to have a flag. It's going to be on Max Troa. We had a face-off infraction on Troa, and he only complicated matters by flipping the ball away from Dylan Harmon. So that's going to likely be a delay of game. It will be delay.
Lindenwood foul number 6, Max Troa.
It'll be 30 seconds on Troa. And the Crusaders will get another 30-second segment here to where they're up a man. And the Crusaders, this will be their third opportunity. Two infractions happening simultaneously on the same possession. The Crusaders really need to try to cash in very soon. If they do so here, they would knot things up at 2. As Piggott with McGinley at the top. Wiedemann on the near side. 4:25 remaining here in the opening quarter. So glad you could join us. It's Piggott to Wiedemann. Now to Utrosa. Back to the top. Piggott will fire. He'll bounce it. And he bounces it high past Besenzenez. And the Crusaders have evened up at 2-2. As Piggott bounced it high, skipped it over Besenzenez, and Piggott with the goal makes it 2 apiece. A good shot there by Jack Piggott to give the Crusaders the level terms that they were looking for out of that segment. As the Crusaders, Jack Piggott with his 15th goal of the season, and we're all even. And that's a tough spot for Piggott to shoot from, and to do it with that, that's a very difficult shot to pull off. This is not an artificial surface, as you can tell, so you're really not sure what kind of bounce you're going to get. But it looked like that he's performed that shot 100,000 times in his life, in his young career, as he was able to find the back of the net perfectly off that bounce from deep. Monroe will have it on the far side. Brody Monroe, part of that 4-man back line of Cody Agrella, Anthony Cesario, Monroe, and Connor Larkin. It's Cody Agrella, a second-team all-conference member, is the only senior on that back line, so not only is this club going to come back very stalwart defensively, but very experienced for next year. Cesario will come back a senior. Then you'll have Larkin and Monroe as well with the club. This Hanrahan spinning. He got an assist to open up the scoring, finding Adam Wiedemann. And now he'll lean in. Getting it over to Osborne. Osborne's got some space. He'll fire, and Besenzenez takes it right off the shoulder. As Colin Grippo will cover for the Crusaders. Osborne got some open space from Hanrahan breaking down the defense. But Besenzenez again being fired upon from close range as that shot, and Besenzenez again very solid. This ought to be a very intriguing matchup in goal between Ben Besenzenez and Harley Whittam. It's 2 seniors matching wits here at Alumni Field on this final day of the regular season for the Crusaders. So Lindenwood will go into their offensive set in a 2-2 contest. So we've got 2:20 remaining here in the opening period. So glad that you could join us. Jones behind the frame. Looks to maneuver Cesario, marking him as he'll go in the pass, and it's covered. The shot made by Robbie McCarthy. McCarthy with the goal. It's his 11th of the season. As Jones drew the defense his way, McCarthy went directly toward the throat of the goal, and Lindenwood retakes the lead at 3-2. So the Crusaders defensively allowing Lindenwood to find the back of the net as McCarthy makes it 3-2 in favor of the Lions. Harmon will work the middle. As Harmon will get the face-off as he worked against Mike Snodgrass, the junior out of St. Louis, Missouri. As Whittam has it for the Crusaders. It's the lob pass to Piggott. Piggott and Wiedemann have the goal scores for the Crusaders here in this first period, as we have 100 seconds remaining here in the opening stanza. As Vinny Voltaggio will come on for the Crusaders attack. Voltaggio seeing his first offensive action alongside of McGinley and Piggott. as Voltaggio takes the shot. It's deflected away by Besenzinez, and Lindenwood will have the transition opportunity as Piggott takes a shot, and we'll have an infraction as it's going to go to the Crusaders. And we'll have a stoppage. As the whistle will stop play, as I believe there might have been 2 balls on the field of play. And with everyone not really sure what's going to be played with, they now have figured it out. And the Crusaders with Voltaggio at the top will get the restart. Under a minute remaining here in the first period. As the Crusaders trail 3-2. Voltaggio and McGinley. Over to Osborne as the Crusaders look content to make this the final possession of the period. Voltaggio on the near slot, steps past, beats Besenzinez, will have a flag. Will it count? The officials will have a conversation, as I thought Voltaggio had stayed outside of the crease before beating Besenzinez, and it counts. Vinny Voltaggio with the goal, draws even with the Lindenwood Lions.
Vinny Voltaggio.
Voltaggio on the year has goal number 4 of the season, and we're tied at 3 apiece. Voltaggio drew his defender to the outside. A misdirection by Voltaggio left him one-on-one with Besenzinez as the Lindenwood defense was late in moving over. And Voltaggio was able to plant his feet just outside the crease before releasing the shot to even things up at 3-all. So the Crusaders draw even as we have 22 seconds remaining here from Alumni Field, and Harmon wins the faceoff with relative ease, and that ball bounced out toward Whittam, as that could have been a disastrous scenario there, as Sam Heaton was about 6 inches away from having an open net opportunity, and he would have certainly fired on frame, making it 4-3 in favor of Lindenwood. The Crusaders have got to move quickly as Osborne fires. Shot misses. It'll stay with the Crusaders as there's 0.2 seconds remaining. We've played 1 quarter. Here at Alumni Field, we're tied at 3 as we'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
After 1 quarter of play.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro, blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities, make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, folks, the housing market is ever-changing. How do the new tax laws affect both buyers and sellers in the market? Moss Realty has a knowledgeable, personable staff on the ready to assist you in life's biggest purchase. You can give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com to speak with an agent. Again, the number, 704-865-5555, voted Best of Gaston by the Gaston Gazette this week as the Crusaders will go to the second period against Lindenwood. Belmont Abbey will go from right to left here in the second period. Want to say hello to Steve Natarnicola, checking out the action from 37,000 feet over the Atlantic. So glad that you've been able to tune in this afternoon As the Crusaders look to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Steve, certainly safe travels to you as you carry on this afternoon. Want to say hello also to the Hanrahan family, checking out the action from Washington State along with some of the grandparents. So the Crusaders, without question, need to beat Lindenwood this afternoon, and then they'll begin to wait as the NCAA National Tournament Selection Show will take place tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. You can follow that on ncaa.com. That's ncaa.com, where we'll find out who's in and who's not. As Harmon loses the handle on it, it rolls away. Still along the ground, and it's picked up by Lindenwood. Lindenwood will go from left to right here in this 3-3 draw. As Agrella contesting with the Lions as they'll take it back out top. As Brunsvold with a goal out at the top. So take it to Jones behind the frame. He's in the attack zone at the top. You've got Robbie McCarthy. He's got a goal along with Brunsvold. You've got Sean Dark along with Jones. Also, you've got Sam Heaton working along with Colin Domek. Jones being marked by Anthony Cesario. Jones trying to back in on Cesario. The pass taken, and that's a beautiful shot. As the play made by Colin Domek, he got the pass from Jones, went behind his head to beat Whittem, and it's 4-3 in favor of Lindenwood.
Assisted by number 1, Leonard Jones.
All it took was about a 10-15 minute look at the tape against Maryville the last time out for the Lions, and you could tell that Lindenwood would be a very solid team offensively, and the Crusaders' defensive back four would have a difficult game to contend with this afternoon, and it looks like that's exactly what we're seeing here in the early going. As the Crusaders trail 4-3. Folks, would love for you to interact with me throughout the course of the broadcast this afternoon. You can find me on Twitter at the BASN. That's the BASN on Twitter. Follow me, tag me in tweets. If you do so, please use the hashtag BACLive throughout to stay with the action. As we'll have a flag on the play, and it's going to go on Lindenwood as Harmon draws the flag. You can also work with me, the interactive press box. Brian Rushing at BAC.edu. That's Brian Rushing at BAC.edu. Would love to hear from you this afternoon, as the infraction is going to be on Carter Collins of Lindenwood. As the Crusaders will be up a man again for the first time in the second period. As Piggott will be on with Osborne, Wiedemann, McGinley, Utrosa, and Tanner. The 15-11 win for the Crusaders on Sunday. You had Adam Wiedemann with 5 goals, Liam Osborne with 4, and Callum Tanner with 1. As the threesome that is constantly on the offensive attack for the Crusaders had 10 goals by themselves, as they were solid. Wiedemann goes to Osborne. Lindenwood packing it in, and the Crusaders trying to work from a tight perimeter to get their best scoring opportunity, and Adam Wiedemann finds the back of the net to make it 4-all.
Crusader goal number 20.
Wiedemann with a second goal of the afternoon. He skips it past Besenzinez, and the Crusaders have drawn even as they score again with a man up. So Wiedemann with the marker now has 37 goals on the season, and the Crusaders have drawn even once again. As here in the early going, this has been a back and forth affair. And whatever club can establish for themselves an offensive narrative where they can rally off 3-4 goals consecutively puts themselves in a real good spot to win this afternoon's contest. And with Dylan Harmon working in the middle, he has been very good this afternoon in getting possessions for the Crusaders. As Harmon contesting, he'll now have it in his possession and go right down the middle. So he'll take the shot, and he beats Besenzinez as he went low with it. And Harmon, making himself known here in this second period, gets the face-off win and scores from about 7-8 yards out as the Crusaders make some instant offense out of the face-off. They lead 5-4. As Harmon was able to smother the ball, basically went on a 180-degree pivot, popped it out, and was able to run down the field, and Lindenwood was late getting there, and Harmon beats Besenzinez, and the Crusaders lead 5-4. So that is a solid effort for the youngster. It's the sophomore out of Newark, New York, gives the Crusaders a 1-goal advantage. And Harmon looking to track it down again as it rolls along the ground. McGovern now has it for the Crusaders, and they can work to clear it forward. Monroe on the near side, looking for and finding Grippo. Grippo trying to split two defenders, does it again, and now goes into his offensive zone to Larkin. Larkin, a second-team all-conference member. If we look at that all-conference team, you've got Larkin, Agrella, and McGinley all on the second team. Wiedemann and Cesario, the first team, with Liam Osborne, the co-offensive player of the year. Hanrahan to Wiedemann. Now they'll swing it back out top to Grippo. Grippo looking for and just off stride, couldn't find Osborne as the turnover will give possession to Lindenwood. As Grippo was just a step behind Osborne, he drew the defense to him, but in trying to lean the pass forward, he was not able to connect with Osborne. If Osborne would have been able to get to it, he probably has a great opportunity to fire on Besenzinez. But now Lindenwood will try to go on the attack down a goal. So McCarthy to take it back out to the top. So it'll be McCarthy, Dark, Brunsvold with Domek, Jones, and Heaton. Brunsvold being marked by Jake Clark, who'll retreat it back out behind the frame with Jones. 5-4 lead for the Abbey. 11 minutes left in the period as the shot taken by Domek. And that ball, we see it happen from time to time. Abbey yard just across the hedges there. Oftentimes baseballs are launched onto the Alumni Field playing area, but very seldom do you ever have a ball launched from Alumni Field over to Abbey yard. As Domek shot that one a little high. And if you're not careful, you're watching this game, you could end up with a bit of a bruise. As Sam Heaton was able to dodge a couple of Crusaders defenders, and he beats Whittem, and we're all even at 5 apiece. As Heaton did a very good job not only of just keeping possession of the ball, taking a lot of shots from the Crusaders, but was able to position himself, square his shoulders, and beat Whittem to make it 5 apiece. For Heaton, that's goal number 29 on the season. And we're back to even. As this matchup looks to be poised to be a nip and tuck affair the rest of the way. As Harmon goes to ground, it's picked up by Lindenwood. Still contesting the ball along the ground. The Crusaders kept it alive, but it's still on the ground. Larkin tried to kick it forward, but it's covered by Lindenwood. As Jake Moran will have it, Gabe Monteleone, the senior out of Chesterfield, Missouri, was able to gather possession right near the midfield line. As it's Jones to Domek. Behind the frame. Now they'll go to Trohan. who will retreat it to Henry Werzer, the senior out of Inglewood, Colorado. Werzer steps up, has it knocked free by Brendan McGovern, and now Connor Larkin on a dead sprint will clear it for the Crusaders, and he may have shooting on his mind. He fires it high. He takes a shot after the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Crusaders. So the Crusaders will have James Booth in the attack area for the Crusaders, along with Piggott, McGinley, Osborne, Callum Tanner, and Voltaggio. As Wiedemann will take a breather, Booth will come on now for Wiedemann. Voltaggio with a marker in this contest. It's Piggott with a goal as well. McGinley, he decides to fire, and he beats Besenzenez. So McGinley did a really good job of obscuring the ball away from Besenzenez before he finally was able to square his shoulders, and he fires a strike, beating Besenzenez, and the Crusaders retake the lead at 6-5. It's Belmont Abbey putting together a solid first half offensively with 8:54 remaining. However, it's still going to be imperative for one of these two clubs to really put for themselves together a run of consecutive goals. Try to create some breathing room between themselves and the opposing team. It's Harmon. Flips it back, still trying to track it down as it runs along the foreground. And it'll be picked up by Brody Monroe. He'll look ahead for Jack Diebolt. And Diebolt with the long stick on the far side, trying to set it to someone as quickly as he possibly can. He'll go to Jason Hollister. As Hollister now has space, nobody coming to him, so he'll retreat it out. So Wiedemann, Hollister, Hanrahan, Grippo, Tanner, and Osborne. Grippo goes to the left side. Back to Hollister. Hollister fires. Besenzenez with the deflection, and it'll be covered by Lindenwood as Matt Leonard will have it. Besenzenez now with possession, and he's going to try to run it forward just as far as he possibly can. It's Osborne being really pesky with the Lindenwood keeper, and that pass is going to go over the head of Leonard, and the pressure from the Crusaders in the backfield forced the turnover. And Belmont Abbey will get an opportunity to continue their offensive. So we get just past the halfway point of period number 2. It's Hollister on with Grippo. Colin Grippo with space. That ball smothered by Besenzenez. And Besenzenez will outlet. So it looked like he was able to find Cole Trullander as Trullander gets it back, and they'll go to Jones. Domack to Troan. At the top for Lindenwood, Dark goes far side over to Heaton. Brunsvold goes back top to Troan. Dark thought of making a move, but now backs it out and has it behind the frame. As it's Dark by his lonesome behind the frame, being marked by Clark. We go to Brunsvold. Now back to Trojans. The sun begins to pop out. It was cloudy throughout most of the morning. We started under cloud cover, but now the sun beginning to break through as that ball is going to be lost out of bounds. A turnover for Lindenwood, and now the Crusaders will take possession. Temperature is supposed to get in the low to mid-80s this afternoon. We're not there right now. As McGovern looks to work it into the clearance area, does so, and now the Crusaders can begin their offensive. McGinley will get some support from Voltaggio. Voltaggio will have it at the top with Piggott to his right, McGinley to his left. 5:20 remaining here in the first half. McGinley with a chance to run. He lobs it high to Voltaggio. It's Voltaggio now with a chance to fire. That shot bounces high, and Wiedemann will keep it for the Crusaders. Osborne with the lean in, scoops it low past Basenzinez, and the Crusaders have the 2-goal advantage as the co-conference Carolina's Offensive Player of the Year gives the Crusaders a 2-goal advantage. My sweet mother! As Osborne was able to find a step, he got around to the front of the frame, and he beats Basenzinez, and the Crusaders have the 7-5 advantage. And that is part of the dynamic that Liam Osborne brings, both individually as a player, his ability to finish, but then doing it for the team. Once the defensive unit begins to break down, he can take advantage, as he was able to beat Basenzinez there, and the Crusaders have the 2-goal advantage. And this is where the Crusaders, with 5 minutes remaining in the half, can do a lot of damage. You've got Dylan Harmon, who has been almost perfect with the face-offs this afternoon. That one will be covered by Lindenwood. It's Basenzinez being pressured by Tanner. Will come near side to Lindenwood's Alex Eubank, the freshman out of Frisco, Texas. That ball smothered at midfield by Danny Kowalski. And it's covered by Brody Monroe, so the Crusaders get an opportunity to advance. The Crusaders looking to turn defense into offense as Hanrahan fires. He misses, but the Crusaders will maintain possession. Wiedemann behind the frame. Gets a screen to Osborne. Now Osborne looks to make a move. Finds Tanner. Tanner had that pass stolen away by Lindenwood. And here comes Eubank for Lindenwood. As Eubank goes to Heaton, gets the return. As that pass settles near side to Domek. Brunsvold will come on for Lindenwood. He'll try to make a move on Sean Hanrahan. Nothing doing there. They'll kick it back behind the frame to Jones. Cesario loses Jones. Jones loses the ball. It rolls out, and it's covered by Piggott. And Piggott would have no problem going from frame to frame. So he would almost relish the opportunity as he takes a bump, resets his feet, fires high. It'll stay with the Crusaders. And we'll have a stop. And it'll be a timeout called for by Chris Barrett. Second period action, the Crusaders with 3:23 remaining in the half have a 7-5 lead. As we'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
Saturdays used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Don't get me wrong, you love flag dancing as much as the next guy. All 8 hours of it. But what you really love is your little girl. Yes! Nice pop toss. Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast and a warm welcome, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount on your next weekend stay. Hampton by Hilton.
Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. .323 remaining here in the first half. Brian Rushing along with our camera operator Brooks Benton. So glad you could join us on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network this afternoon. Folks, don't forget when we come to the end of the first half, we will have the Crusaders at the half. At the conclusion of the contest, we'll have the Ortho Carolina postgame show where we'll take a look at some of the numbers and give you some context. And really, the only context needs to be had is the Crusaders' result today and what impact it might have on the NCAA selection committee going to tomorrow night. As that will be shown, the selection show at 7:30 on ncaa.org. So the Crusaders will have possession here on the restart. It's Callum Tanner on the near side with Grippo, Hollister, Hanrahan, Osborne, and Wiedemann. And let me correct what I said just a moment ago. It's ncaa.com will be the place that you can see the selection show. Not .org, it's .com. Hollister with the step, trying to work around the defender, Max Trohan, for Lindenwood. The Crusaders with a 2-goal advantage as Hollister fires. That shot misses wide. And the Crusaders will maintain possession. Hanrahan at the top. Hanrahan with a good spin move. So look to spin again, draws another defender. That ball toward Wiedemann, and it's picked up by Besenzenez. Ben Besenzenez has shown considerable agility and the ability to read the ball along the ground, even if it's not really anywhere close to the crease area, as he has the ability to go wander off and sort of help himself out on the defensive end. Domek back behind to Jones. Brunsvold to Domek. Now to Jones. It's Lindenwood working with a free play here. So it looks like the Crusaders had too many men on and will draw an infraction. And Lindenwood with the free play have pretty much everything working in their favor with 1:20 remaining in the half. It's Brunsvold being marked by Grippo. The lob pass back to Domek. That'll be covered. The infraction will go on the Crusaders. It'll be on Jake Clark. See, he was offside. It'll be a 30-second send-off. It's Jacob Clark with 55.2 seconds remaining in the half. Will step away, and Lindenwood should, in effect, be able to do whatever it is that they want to do here with the remainder of the half. So the Crusaders, with the 2-goal advantage, would love to maintain that advantage going into the locker room. Lindenwood will make sure that they have an opportunity to trim the lead with 1-1, with Belmont Abbey having no opportunity to stretch the advantage. Heaton now in a very tight perimeter. Working Jones, and it's a turnover. An unforced error by Lindenwood, as that is a very catastrophic circumstance for the Lions, and the Crusaders want to make them pay. As Whittam goes to McGinley. a worst-case scenario for the Lions. You're up a man with less than a minute remaining, and you can't even get a shot off. And the Crusaders now, Chris Barrett's going to take a timeout. So we'll have a stoppage. So it'll be a conduct violation on Lindenwood. So let's take a brief timeout here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as we get ready for the final seconds of quarter number 2 on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Saturdays used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Don't get me wrong, you love flag dancing as much as the next guy. All 8 hours of it. But what you really love is your little girl. Yes! Nice pop toss. Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast and a warm welcome, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount on your next weekend stay. Hampton by Hilton.
Back here at Alumni Field on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Want to say hello to one of our favorites with the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, one of our camera operators, our producers on the year, Jamie Treese, following the action from the car on the way back to Louisiana. Jamie, I hope that you're getting the audio version of this and not the video version. Let's make sure we're keeping the eyes on the road here. It's the Crusaders here in the final seconds remaining inside a quarter minute. We'll get one final opportunity to tack on one here before the half comes to a conclusion. Thank you, Jamie, for tuning in. So the Crusaders are just going to run away with it as they're satisfied with a 2-goal advantage. So the Crusaders, with 2 goals to end the second quarter, will take a 7-5 lead into the locker room. When we come back, we'll have Crusaders at the half on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back. Crusaders at the half here from Alumni Field on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. The Crusaders with a 7-5 advantage over Lindenwood. So the Crusaders, the Conference Carolinas champions as of last Sunday, defeating Limestone 15-11, want to continue putting together a very solid resume as they have a selection show tomorrow night that they would love to celebrate, being on the inside, looking out for everybody else not making it to the national tournament. And a lot of that will be decided by what happens this afternoon here at Alumni Field and what happens in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference as Westminster will take on Colorado Mesa. That'll be a 4 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Mountain time from the campus in Grand Junction, Colorado, as the Crusaders with the 7-5 advantage. And you take a look at this matchup, Lindenwood has had moments of sheer brilliance on the offensive end. However, they've not been able to really pull off considerable runs against the Crusaders here in this first half. A lot of that has been because of the work of Dylan Harmon. As Dylan Harmon in 14 faceoffs has won 12 for the Crusaders. And because of that, the Crusaders have a definitive advantage on the offensive end with shots on goal, and then, of course, on the scoreboard with the 7-5 advantage. As Dylan Harmon has gone 12 for 14 with faceoffs, the Crusaders have outshot Lindenwood by a total of 26-8 are the shots. Shots on goal are in favor of Belmont Abbey by a 3-1 number, 15-5 over Lindenwood, as the Crusaders have 7 goals, 3 of them assisted. The 12 of 14 faceoffs as Wiedemann has a pair of goals, Harmon with a goal, Osborne, Piggott, McGinley, and Voltaggio, each singles for the Crusaders. For Lindenwood, 5 goal scorers, all with single goals, as they've scored 5 times on 3 assists, as Jones, Heaton, Domek, McCarthy, and Brunsvold all have markers in the first half for the Lindenwood Lions. When we come back, we'll have second half action on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as the Crusaders look to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time homebuyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. Second half action about to get started here from Alumni Field. Brian Rushing here along with Brooks Benton, our camera operator this afternoon, as the Crusaders with a 7-5 lead over Lindenwood. Folks, don't forget, whether you're looking for the latest game day story, whether you're looking for results from recent conference tournament action, whether you're looking for action as it relates to regionals, for the Crusaders, the golf team, the men's golf team, Nick Stafford, along with Levi Kettlehut, they'll perform in the South-Southeast Regional coming up at Rock Barn in Hickory on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. You can find out all about that, as well as our Give Back campaign. You can find out about all of that and more by logging on to www.abbeyathletics.com. As we get ready for the start of the second half, as the Crusaders will be up a man for 12 seconds here to begin the third quarter, as the Crusaders will go from left to right here in this third period. So the Crusaders will not necessarily be expecting to score within that 12-second period, but to maintain possession is a big deal as Sean Hanrahan's shot fires. And nobody behind the frame in that transition situation from man up to neutral strength, as it'll go to Lindenwood, as Ben Besenzinez will have it for the Lions. It's Besenzinez. Besenzinez with a solid effort. Had 8 saves in that first half for the Lions, as they go into their first offensive set here on this warm afternoon in early May here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. So glad that you could join us for this final regular season contest. Lindenwood with Jones behind the frame with possession, as they've got Jones and Domek behind. Heaton working along with Brunsvold, as well as McCarthy and Dark for Lindenwood. So McCarthy over on the near side. Dark on the far. Dark goes back to Jones. Jones has one of the 3 assists for Lindenwood this afternoon. And we'll have a flag, so it'll be on the Crusaders. As Jake Clark will watch it roll out of bounds. It won't matter, as it looks like it's going to be on Connor Larkin. So he'll sit out for a minute, and the Crusaders will find themselves down a man here in the very early moments of period number 3. 13-14 remaining in this third quarter. So the Crusaders were able to have a 7-5 advantage going into the locker room, but now Lindenwood with a prime opportunity here to cut that lead in half. Heaton with Domek. McCarthy and Dark. It's working in the middle for Lindenwood. It's going to be Andrew Finizzi, a senior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Finizzi will fire. The shot taken. Misses wide. It'll stay with Lindenwood. Jones will have it for the Crusaders. I should say we'll have it for the Lions. Domek gets it back to Heaton. Heaton behind the frame. Jones will fire, and he sneaks it past Whittem. From a very tight angle, Leonard Jones has the goal. And Lindenwood has, in fact, cut the lead in half as it's now 7-6.
Sam Heaton.
Heaton gets the assist as Jones gets his second goal of the afternoon. Goal number 23 and 24. And we've got ourselves a 7-6 ball game. As Harmon will work in the middle against Gabe Monteleone. As Lindenwood still looking for something to try to offset this differential in faceoffs. As Harmon was able to corral 12 of 14 of the faceoffs in the first half to give the Crusaders possession. And Harmon will have it for the Crusaders. Well, he had it for a moment, and now Heaton had it, but it was stripped away almost immediately, and now Harmon will look ahead to Larkin. And Larkin takes a shot, but corrals it in for the Crusaders, and they'll look to go into the offensive as Larkin loses the handle on it, and it rolls out. It looks like we'll have an infraction on Lindenwood. It's the slash will be on Colin Domek, the freshman out of Naperville, Illinois. And the Crusaders will work a man up for 1 minute. As I was looking for the flag in the offensive side, but that flag was actually about 7 yards to the left of the midfield stripe. As McGinley will work with Osborne and Wiedemann at the top along with Piggott. Utrosa will work the backside with Tanner. It's Piggott to Utrosa on the near side. Wiedemann. With the team up a man, they run a very tight perimeter on the passing. As Tanner loses the handle on it, it's kicked away. Osborne's going to try to track it down, but it'll be scooped up by Lindenwood as Danny Kowalski has it. That ball now in the open field, and McGinley will try to work out of a broken play. He'll flip it to Wiedemann, and the Crusaders will settle it down with Piggott gathering to Osborne. Now McGinley, with a little nifty move there, he finds the back of the net, and the Crusaders go back up by 2. McGinley didn't necessarily have the angle that he wanted to, so he figures he'll use the sleight of hand, and he cashes in with the goal, and the Crusaders take the lead back to 8-6. For McGinley, it's goal number 18 on the year, and the Crusaders go right back up by 2. And now Dylan Harmon will work in the middle for the Crusaders. Back to a 2-goal advantage. It's a good crowd is what we started with this afternoon, and the crowd's only gotten bigger as we've carried on through the day. It's Harmon can't quite track it down, but Lindenwood will. So over on the far side, you've got Brian Bevelheimer, the sophomore out of Zionsville, Indiana, who had it. But now the Crusaders on the transition will get it. Hanrahan will jog it into the offensive zone and will set for the Crusaders. So you've got Hunter Duford on for his first action, and he stumbles as soon as he gets out. And that's going to be an over and back, which gives possession to Lindenwood. Duford came on and almost immediately lost his footing. And the turnover gives it back to Lindenwood. Hayton on the near side with 10:20 remaining in the third period. Domek to Jones. Now on the near side, Dark goes to McCarthy. They'll work it back to the far. Stroan will have an opportunity to shoot, and Whittem comes up big. As Whittem got a piece of the stick on it, but primarily he got his right foot out there. And now they outlet to Hanrahan. Hanrahan to Osborne. Osborne to Wiedemann, and Wiedemann fakes it out, and Besenzinez comes up clean. Besenzinez knocks Wiedemann out of the way. There's an open goal. Can the Crusaders track it down? They will not be able to, as it should go to the Abbey. And we'll have two flags on, and we'll see who it is. So it's going to be on Ben Besenzinez. Besenzinez came out aggressively after Wiedemann and was called for the infraction. We'll see what the officials have to say here on the near side. Correction, that will not be on Besenzinez unless we've got somebody taking the infraction for Besenzinez. So it'll be on Max Hood, the first infraction. The second will be on Matt Leonard. So the Crusaders will have a two-man up situation. And I can guarantee you with this 1 minute, they will absolutely look to drive one into the back of the net. It's McGinley working right into the middle. Tanner has that covered by Besenzinez. Besenzinez still trying to track it down. Besenzinez has it ripped away, and it'll go near the end line. Callum Tanner still trying to track it down. Ben Utrosa trying to track it down, and Besenzinez has it. So he's trying to flip it ahead, so he does so to Eubank. Eubank looking for and finding Kowalski, and now Kowalski looks to run it out. And we'll have a flag on the play as Piggott, and we'll have another flag come out. As the action, the physicality has ratcheted up a little bit here in the third period. So the three officials out at midfield trying to get a grasp of what it is that they just saw. So the Crusaders had a two-man up situation. Ben Besenzinez ran down to the far corner to try to track the ball down. Lindenwood got it, went to racing off in transition. And then Belmont Abbey, with some overly physical play, gets called for the infractions. So it looks like Jack Piggott will be serving two consecutive 1 minute segments for a trip and then a slash. And the slash will be locked in. And now the Crusaders, who found themselves up 2 men in an offensive scenario, have now lost their opportunity at scoring in an almost automatic scoring scenario. And now Lindenwood will have possession. And now the dynamic shifts as the Crusaders now find themselves down a man for a considerable amount of time in an 8-6 contest. And Lindenwood will now work with a man up with their tight perimeter. Nearing the 8-minute mark remaining as that pass intended and a turnover. As they were looking for Andrew Finizzi. Finizzi could not track down the pass, and now the Crusaders will try to work it out of their own end. As this has not been, at least from a man-up scenario, the most stellar play that we've seen all year long for teams that have been up a man. As Monroe looking for McGovern. That ball along the ground. McGovern takes a big shot, and he's going to be slow to get up as that ball rolled out. And we'll have a stoppage as Brendan McGovern is down. What we'll do for just a moment is we'll take a timeout. We'll come back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as the Crusaders have an 8-6 lead with 7:36 remaining here in period number 3. We'll be back in just a moment.
Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now.
And we're back to the action. We'll get that Ortho Carolina ad on in just a moment. And we'll certainly get it on during the Ortho Carolina postgame show. So Lindenwood will take a timeout. So let's go back to that Ortho Carolina ad as the Crusaders have the 2-goal advantage on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, it's the Crusaders with the 8-6 advantage. Folks, on August the 3rd, we host the 3rd annual Hampton Inn by Hilton Abbey Golf Classic, a 4-man captain's choice with the proceeds going to the Abbey Athletics General Fund. Find out more about the Hampton Inn by Hilton Abbey Golf Classic. Give us a call at 704-461-6235. As Heaton has it behind the frame for Lindenwood. As Heaton is going to get into the crease area, and that's another turnover. As Heaton got close, and he got checked into the crease by the Crusaders, and now the Crusaders with possession will try to salt away some of this time that Piggott is serving. As Hanrahan has it behind the frame on the near side. So Tanner will now come on as McGovern will come off and Piggott will join the action. So it's McGinley, Piggott, Hanrahan departs, Voltaggio on. So it's Piggott in the middle, Voltaggio here on the near side, McGinley on the far side, Tanner in the middle, Osborne working the far side on the slot to Wiedemann behind the frame. McGinley thought about taking the shot, but instead gives it off to Voltaggio. So we have 6 minutes remaining in the period. Wiedemann trying to back down his marker. Piggott will fire, and he misses high and hard. Crusaders will maintain possession. As the shot taken by Liam Osborne, as he fires high, And the Crusaders have a 3-goal advantage.
Crusader goal by number 21, Liam Osborne.
So Liam Osborne taking care of business as he's got his second goal of the contest, and the Crusaders have a 9-6 advantage. This third quarter has started out a little more defensive-minded, certainly more physical than what we saw in the first half, as both offenses seem to flow fairly freely in that first half. The Crusaders now with a 3-goal advantage. Their largest of the day is Harmon. Gets it to Larkin. So they go to Wiedemann. Wiedemann loses the handle on it, but it goes to Besenzenes. And now Lindenwood will now go into the offensive. It's Domek behind the frame on the far side, goes to Jones on the near. Heaton resets it. So they go to Werzer. Now to Carter Collins. Collins on the left slot, being minded by Jake Clark. And Collins behind the frame, activates the offense, and now the Crusaders will look to overplay. So Werzer thought about taking the shot, now spins, gets covered up by Agrella. The Crusaders doing a good job by and large, really sort of thwarting the rhythm of this Lindenwood offense. And Dylan Harmon doing a good job making sure that Lindenwood has few opportunities to go into offense, as he has dominated the faceoffs. It's now to Domek. Domek nowhere to go as Clark covers him. He'll fire anyway. That ball deflected, and Domek will maintain possession for the Lindenwood Lions. 4:20 remaining here in period number 3. Jones on the near side. So take it back around as Andrew Haas, a sophomore out of Ontario, and now scoring on the play for Lindenwood. It's Carter Collins. So Collins cuts the run of the Crusaders, making it a 9-7 contest for Collins. That's going to be goal number 6 on the season. So the Crusaders now up by just 2. So we've got 3 teams on campus that are engaged in possible regional scenarios. One already locked in is Nick Stafford and Levi Kettlehut will participate at Rock Barn Country Club on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the Southeast Regional. So both of them will be vying for an individual's spot in the national championships, as Harmon has it for the Crusaders, and he'll go in immediately looking for Wiedemann, and it's a turnover that goes to Lindenwood. As Harmon and Wiedemann in a spot to put an easy shot on goal against Ben Besenzenes, but they could not connect. The Belmont Abbey baseball team still awaiting word, which they won't find out for another week, as to what life looks like to their postseason hopes and aspirations. As Carter Collins with possession will look to clear it, and he does so for the Lions. Belmont Abbey men's lacrosse, the other team. As the Conference Carolinas Championship does not bring about an automatic qualifier, and because of that, the only team really in position to vie for a bid in the tournament would be this Belmont Abbey club, especially after beating Mount Olive in the tournament and then beating Limestone twice in the month of April. But the smart money would be on, from anyone would say the Crusaders have to beat Lindenwood this afternoon to remain in the conversation. It's Dark forced out toward midfield to where they go to McCarthy. A 9-7 contest here in the third quarter. Both clubs with 2 goals in this third stanza. As Heaton goes to Dark up top. Now they go to Brunsvold. Now Jones. 5 teams effectively vying for 4 spots as Jones can't track it down. Brunsvold will have it for Lindenwood. You've got Lenore Ryan, who, despite losing the South Atlantic Conference Championship to Wingate, finds themselves in pretty much a position. I think they've all but locked in the 1 seed in the region. There could be some conversations had to the contrary, but I think they've certainly earned that. Then you look at what Tampa and St. Leo have going on. As Brunsvold will fire the shot, misses, and it'll go to the Crusaders. It's Jay Clark getting back quickly, and now the Crusaders can go into transition. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter as Domek goes underneath Clark and will maintain possession for Lindenwood. You look at what Tampa and St. Leo have done. They certainly seem to be in. It basically comes down to Belmont, Abbey, and Colorado Mesa. As Lindenwood, inside a minute remaining in the third quarter, has possession, down 2 goals. It's the shot taken, deflected away. It'll go off of Domek. Domek looking for Wurzer. That shot deflected, I believe, by Cody Agrella. And it'll stay with the Crusaders, but they've got to work fast as they've got 23 seconds remaining in the third quarter. As Whittam will look ahead for Piggott. They break the pressure, and now Piggott goes into the offensive zone. Osborne to Wiedemann. Wiedemann steps in. He's got a chance to beat Besenzinez, and he does. As Adam Wiedemann is able to stand tall. He's able to shield himself from the defender and is able to go over the top of Besenzinez. And Wiedemann, who comes up hobbling, gives the Crusaders a 10-7 advantage. And he's getting some help from Colin Grippo. And I would imagine from the way this looks, we could either see an ankle sprain perhaps, or maybe just some cramping. And I'm sure for everybody supporting the Crusaders, cramping is what we hope. As I would imagine somewhere in that bag, if cramping is the issue, there's a cap full of mustard or some pickle juice or whatever they use. As that'll do it. We've played 3 periods here at Alumni Field. Crusaders with a 10-7 advantage. We'll be back for the 4th on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com.
Saturdays used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Don't get me wrong, you love flag dancing as much as the next guy. All 8 hours of it. But what you really love is your little girl. Yes! Nice pop toss. Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast and a warm welcome, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount on your next weekend stay. Hampton by Hilton.
At Domino's, we're more than pizza, so mix it up with our specialty chicken, stuffed cheesy bread, sandwiches, pastas, medium 2-topping pizzas, and more for just $5.99 each, and we'll mix stand-up comedy with a robot.
Stuffed cheesy bread and my act have a lot in common. They're both super cheesy. Tough crowd.
You can also mix it up with Domino's salads, marbled cookie brownie, bread twist, and medium 2-topping pizzas. Order any 2 or more for just $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. Bone-in wings, handmade pan pizza, and bread bowl pasta will be extra. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
And we go to quarter number 4 here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. So the Crusaders with a 3-goal advantage. Brian Rushing here alongside our camera operator, Brooks Benton. So the Crusaders look to position themselves into the national tournament conversation. A win today with Lindenwood would give them a 14-4 season record. A conference championship. 2 wins against one of their biggest nemesis within the conference. But will it be enough to get them into the national tournament? Don't forget that selection show will be Sunday night, 7:30 at ncaa.com, not .org. As Harmon has it for the Crusaders. Belmont Abbey wearing the white jerseys, the white shorts. Going from right to left as Agrella now in the offensive zone. Osborne takes the shot and he beats Besenzenez, and the Crusaders have an 11-7 lead. As Osborne beats Besenzenez, and the Crusaders have the 4-goal advantage. For Osborne, that's his 3rd of the afternoon. And he's got 40 on the year. And the Crusaders have an 11-7 advantage. So the Crusaders, through 3 periods, 33 shots, 14 of them on goal, 10 goals scored through the 3 periods. As Wiedemann has 3, Osborne and McGinley with 2. As Grippo has it for the Crusaders, and they can go right off to the races. It's Osborne quickly to Tanner. Tanner, as Lindenwood scrambles, will reset the offense. 16 shots, 8 on goal for Lindenwood. So the Crusaders have owned the run of play. They've certainly had the biggest majority of the offensive numbers. Certainly have had very substantive numbers to speak of. So they took a 2-goal advantage into the locker room, and if they maintained that spread at the very least in the 3rd period. As Hollister looking to make a move on Dark. Booth gets it back to Hanrahan. Grippo fires low, covered by Besenzenez. As Grippo with a very tight angle there, tried to go near post, and Besenzenez covered it up with the body. And the Crusaders will maintain some pressure. And I would imagine this to be pretty much the norm the rest of the way. A 4-goal advantage, which means that they can translate this spread into some offensive opportunities just off the pressure. But they've seen some wrinkles, some issues that Lindenwood has had in their passing game. As the Lions will have possession, just getting things started in quarter number 4. Folks, don't forget, while we wrap up the day of action here at Alumni Field, you can continue to reach out to me through Twitter at the BASN. Would love to hear from you. You can follow me on Twitter. You can tag me in your tweets. If you do so, please use the hashtag BACLive throughout the course of today's action. Then whether or not you're following the Lions or raising the red with the Crusaders, you can send your emails to me at brianrushing@bac.edu. And that's another turnover for Lindenwood as Brunsvold tried to find Jones, and the pass was incompleted over the head of Jones, and the Crusaders will have possession. As Whittam plays catch with Cesario, now they'll include Monroe in the game. And now Monroe will look ahead for McGinley. Crusaders with a 4-goal advantage as Clark has it on the far side for the Crusaders. Osborne So they'll have Osborne as Clark departs. Osborne, Booth, Tanner, Piggott, McGinley, and Voltaggio. So a smaller unit on the field for the Crusaders is McGovern not there, and Wiedemann. Wiedemann and McGovern, one of their stronger offensive players. Physically imposing is what I mean. Booth to Osborne. Osborne gets a step. He'll fire the shot. Booth had to get out of the way or he was going to take one to the leg, and the Crusaders will maintain possession. Booth sheds the defense of the Lions player. Now to McGinley. His covering on that was Jake Moran. Voltaggio. Voltaggio has a goal in this afternoon's action. As they go back to Booth. At this juncture of the contest, the Crusaders can be quite deliberate. A 4-goal advantage. They not only want to stretch their lead if they can, as we have 10:45 remaining in the final period, they want to make sure they cut off any opportunities that Lindenwood has. And there's Liam Osborne again. So he got to step on the defense. He beat Masenzen as high, and Osborne has 4 on the afternoon, and the Crusaders have stretched it to a 5-goal advantage to 12-7. And the Crusaders, with early tallies here in this fourth quarter, have stretched the lead out to 5 goals, which is their largest of the afternoon. And it's very difficult for Lindenwood. You look at what Dylan Harmon has done this afternoon. You're going to need a run of goals, and to do that, you're going to need face-offs. But the Crusaders have not allowed that to happen, as Lindenwood will get this one into their offensive zone. But Dylan Harmon has essentially had his way with the face-off this afternoon. It's Heaton on the far side. They go to Jones. Now back around to Domek. It's the shot taken, deflected away. So I believe that was Brody Monroe stepping in there to deflect the ball away on the shot. Dark goes high to Heaton. Gets the return. Jake Clark minding his P's and Q's there. Now Heaton goes back to Trohan. The shot taken. Shot taken by Carter Collins. He gets his 7th of the year. That stops the run of the Crusaders, and now it's 12-8. As Lindenwood now cuts it to within 4. And this is where, in this circumstance for Lindenwood, this face-off becomes increasingly important. Because if you're able to get it, you can begin to build some momentum on the defense, on the offensive end, and cut into some of this lead. But Dylan Harmon has had nothing doing with that. As Harmon still trying to track it down. As they run it into the offensive zone for Lindenwood, that'll be out of bounds and possession to the Lions. For those of you that follow the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, you've become more accustomed to hearing the name Lindenwood University, as Lindenwood was for 2 years a member with Belmont Abbey of the ECAC Field Hockey League. Well, now the Crusaders moving to a different league will not be facing off against Lindenwood in conference action. as some of the early names that you might remember in the first 2 years of field hockey, the likes of Bellarmine out of Louisville, Kentucky, Mercy out of New York State, and then this Lindenwood club out of St. Louis, Missouri. If they play again, it will be a non-conference matchup, as both wrestling and field hockey will be going to different locales. Was the shot taken, and Whittem with the cover. The shot was taken by Carter Collins, who has had some recent successes here in the second half for the Lions. Throughout the course of this men's lacrosse season, we've had field hockey coming up and offering support staff work, as we'll have a flag and the shot taken by Max Trohan. It's Trohan with the score. It's his second goal of the afternoon. I believe the flag will be nullified on the goal from Troa, and it's 12-9. So Monroe with the slash
Max Troha
will step off, and the Crusaders' lead goes to 3.
Brody Monroe. It'll be a 1-minute penalty.
So Monroe will be off for 1 minute. As Harmon back in the middle again against Gabe Monteleone. As Harmon goes to ground, the ball still running along the ground, and it's picked up by Monteleone. So Lindenwood with a couple of face-off wins here. If they can convert in this situation, they cut this lead to 12-10. As Jones goes back to Domek. Collins on the near side to Domek. So we've got 7 minutes remaining here in the contest. Shot taken by Domek, hits the crossbar, goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Lions, as Domek was millimeters away from making this a 12-10 contest. So now the Crusaders have gotten back to even strength. Domek on the near side. Now to McCarthy. Collins will fire. That's deflected off the stick of Whittem. It'll stay with Lindenwood. Carter Collins looking for Domek. A tight angle there that he had to try to weave that pass through. The Crusaders rip it free, and Anthony Cesario puts it back into the crease for Whittem. As Clark will send it past midfield and will look to clear for the Crusaders. So we've got 5.5 minutes remaining. It's the Crusaders with a 12-9 lead. It's Osborne behind the frame. We'll bring it back out to the near side. Now to Jason Hollister. So it's Hollister, Hanrahan, and Grippo on the attack unit with Tanner Wiedemann and Osborne. Grippo. That pass deflected away, but it'll be gathered in by Liam Osborne. As I believe that was Max Hood that deflected the pass for Lindenwood. As Osborne will take it back out to the near side. Hollister and Hanrahan at the top. Hollister now making a run. Will slide it back over to Hanrahan, and that's going to be a turnover. So the Crusaders unable to get a shot on frame as Hood will get the restart for Lindenwood. As Dark with possession goes to Domek on the near side. Dark with Troa. And the goal score for Max Troa makes it a 12-10 contest. As Lindenwood
Number 23.
making this one a little too close for comfort for all the faithful here at Alumni Field. As Troa's got 3 in the contest, and it's a 2-goal difference. As we'll have a change in goal, is coming on as Bryce Gifford. Gifford, the sophomore, out of Delran, New Jersey, will be on for Whittam. And it's a 12-10 contest. So it still runs along the ground. And Dylan Harmon, trying to keep the ball in play, gets hit from behind, and we'll have a whistle on Lindenwood. So the infraction will be on Gabe Monteleone for a push in the back. It'll be a 30-second infraction. So the Crusaders will have possession. A 2-goal advantage with 3.5 minutes remaining. And the Crusaders with this 30-second segment here, they don't necessarily have to score in that segment, but they would be well served to possibly get an exclamation point type goal here in these latter stages. So Osborne on the near side. And now the Crusaders back to even strength as Piggott has it on the far side. So it's Piggott, McGinley, Hanrahan, Tanner, Wiedemann, and Osborne. Hanrahan. Hanrahan behind the frame on a run with a spin. Leans in and the shot beats Besenzinez. Was he in the crease? They're going to wave it off as Hanrahan was in the crease. And Lindenwood will now go on the offensive. A 2-goal differential with 2:10 remaining. So Troa comes on for Lindenwood here on the near side. Jake Clark. Larkin comes over to defend. Monroe takes a shot, and we'll have a whistle. As Max Troa, I believe, is going to be the guilty party, as Monroe took a shot to the helmet. The Crusaders players coming to his defense. And with that said, we'll take a brief time out here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as the Crusaders lead 12-10 in the late stages. We'll be right back.
Saturdays used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Don't get me wrong, you love flag dancing as much as the next guy. All 8 hours of it. But what you really love is your little girl. Yes! Nice pop toss. Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast and a warm welcome, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount on your next weekend stay. Hampton by Hilton.
Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com.
Saturdays used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Don't get me wrong, you love flag dancing as much as the next guy. All 8 hours of it. But what you really love is your little girl. Yes! Nice pop toss. Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast and a warm welcome, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount on your next weekend stay. Hampton by Hilton.
Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, Max Troa was the guilty party for Lindenwood. Sean Hanrahan was also called for an infraction, as Hanrahan came in at the end of that play. As Lindenwood, a 12-10 lead for the Abbey. So we have a minute and a half remaining. It's to Domek. Domek back out to the top. That ball deflected away. The Crusaders get a defensive stop there, but Domek will cover it up for Lindenwood. So we have 1:20 remaining in the contest. The ball gets away from Jones, runs along the ground. Larkin will be called for a push in the back. It'll stay with Lindenwood. So Dark to Heaton. Heaton trying to lean in on Jake Clark. And it's a turnover for Lindenwood, as Domek went sliding in toward the frame, and the pass was incomplete, and the Crusaders now, with 1 minute remaining, will play an advanced game of keep away from Lindenwood. It's McGinley here along the near sideline, spins, trying to maintain possession, has it knocked away. Adam Wiedemann can't track it down, and now Lindenwood will have possession as they find Monteleone with 35 seconds remaining. And another turnover gives it back to the Crusaders, and it looks like Belmont Abbey is going to survive this afternoon. So Diebold to Gifford. Gifford flips it high. It's that play. Lost out of bounds. It'll stay with the Abbey. As Osborne will run it behind the frame. He'll take a shot, and there'll be a flag. And the Crusaders can essentially run it out. So we're inside 7 seconds remaining. I think that'll do it. The Crusaders will survive this afternoon, beating Lindenwood 12-10 on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. When we come back, we'll have the Ortho Carolina postgame show coming up in just a bit.
Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed
The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton in Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time homebuyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Mighty spire lifted like our hearts to honor God. Let your truth shine forth unfailing. Let all know your beauty rare. Hail, O Abbey, alma mater. Hear your praises fill the air.
And with that, we welcome you to the Ortho Carolina postgame show. As the Crusaders win 12-10 this afternoon over Lindenwood. So the Crusaders will finish their year 14-4 throughout the regular season and the conference tournament. If you take a look at this club, a conference championship in tow, 2 wins against Limestone, a win against Mount Olive, a solid early portion of the schedule, going undefeated through February. And the Crusaders will have to wait to see what the National Committee thinks. Certainly, some of what will take place in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference will influence play. But the Crusaders, 14-4 through the season, will now wait to see what happens to their fortunes in the national tournament tomorrow evening at 7:30, as you can follow that as well at ncaa.com. Here on the Ortho Carolina postgame show, Brian Rushing here along with Brooks Benton. So glad that you could join us as the Crusaders win 12-10. Want to thank Dr. Ranjan Matra and Blair Primus for their help on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Folks, don't forget, for excellence in orthopedics, there's only one name to remember, Ortho Carolina. You improved as the Crusaders win 12-10 this afternoon against the Lindenwood Lions. When we take this brief time out here on the network, we'll take a look at some of the individual numbers, and then we'll let you know what could be taking place here in the coming days on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. All that and more coming up when we return.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improved.
So we're back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as the Crusaders win 12-10 over Lindenwood here on the Ortho Carolina postgame show. Folks, don't forget, for excellence in orthopedics, there's only one name to remember, Ortho Carolina. You improved. As we take a look at some of the numbers, the Crusaders outshot Lindenwood this afternoon, 37-24. Shots on goal were in favor of the Abbey, 23-14. Liam Osborne led the way with 4 goals in the contest. Adam Wiedemann had 3. Kyle McGinley with a pair of goals, as well as Jack Piggott and Vinny Voltaggio, along with Dylan Harmon, getting the goals for the Crusaders this afternoon. Dylan Harmon was 17 of 25 with the face-offs this afternoon, as he put together a very solid effort. As Osborne also with 2 assists in the game. You take a look at Lindenwood. Lindenwood had 2 goals from Leonard Jones, Sam Heaton with a single marker, Carter Collins with 2 goals, Max Troa with a goal on the contest, Colin Domek had a goal, Robbie McCarthy, Sean Darrick, and Garrett Brunsvold had single goals for Lindenwood. As Lindenwood, we mentioned, was outshot 37-24 in the contest. Shots on goal were in favor of the Abbey, 23-14. As Ben Besenzinez had 11 saves on the afternoon, Harley Whittam had 4 saves. As the 11th-ranked Crusaders will now wait on what the National Committee thinks about their body of work. As we recall, Chris Barrett's conversation that we had last weekend after the Crusaders beat Limestone. He believes that the strength of schedule is going to be a real benefit, a real bonus for the Crusaders as we look at their resume going into the selection show. Certainly the wins that they have, the Conference Carolinas Championship, he believes this is going to be enough to get them over the top. He did treat this as a play-in game, as they knew that the Crusaders' chances were going to be affected largely by getting a win today. Certainly a loss today would have essentially eliminated any possibility that the Crusaders get into the national tournament, but they can at least now be a part of the conversation, as it looks like 5 teams are vying for 4 spots: Colorado Mesa, Belmont Abbey, Tampa, St. Leo, and Lenore-Rhine. I would imagine, just my speculation, that Lenore-Rhine has locked up a 1 spot and will host a matchup in the first round coming up next weekend. What we can tell you is that we will be covering throughout the week on www.abbeyathletics.com Nick Stafford, as well as Levi Kettlehut, as they'll go to Rock Barn Golf and Spa for the Southeast Region Championships in Hickory, North Carolina. So we'll be covering that on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Next weekend, we'll get word on the fate for baseball as they'll be looking to get into the Southeast Regional Championship. Right now, they are the third-ranked team in the region. But we'll know tomorrow night the fate of men's lacrosse as the Crusaders take down Lindenwood this afternoon. They now leave their situation in the hands of the National Committee. Before we depart, a lot of folks that we want to thank this afternoon. We want to thank Stephen Miss, our Director of Athletics, Paul Lyon, Associate AD, Jackie Gable and Justin Bates, our Assistant Athletic Directors. I want to thank Director of Athletic Communications, Jim Steffen, as well as Brooks Ledger, John Fitzgerald, Dr. Trey Cunningham. As we do wrap up all of our action here at home, this will be our final home contest on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We will let you know what transpires as to the when and wheres, depending upon how those things shake down in the coming days. Don't forget the selection show for men's lacrosse tomorrow, ncaa.com, as they'll crank that up at 7:30 local time, 7:30 Eastern. For those of you that are interested, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Men's Lacrosse Championship will be a 4 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Mountain start, as we will not, of course, be covering that on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. So as we depart this afternoon, I want to thank our camera operator, Brooks Benton, for taking the time after the end of the exam week to come out and broadcast the contest. We thank you for tuning in as the Crusaders, for the last time here at Alumni Field in 2018, successful, beating Lindenwood 12-10, as you were able to see it all on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Until next time, folks, whenever that is, it's Brian Rushing signing off, hoping you have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Crusaders Athletics on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network has been brought to you by Pine Island Country Club, Domino's, Moss Realty, the Hampton Inn by Hilton at Montcross, and Ortho Carolina. You improve. Don't forget, your online home for all things Crusaders can be found at www.abbeyathletics.com. We thank you for tuning in. We can't wait to see you next time right here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.